At 45 years old, Denise LeMire was the picture of perfect health. This full-time pediatric nurse and single mother of 3 never had any symptoms until what she thought was a passing stomach pain was diagnosed as so much more. She shares her story with us in this month's Swiss Strong Report.
Each picture, a memory.
This was my first treatment.
Chronicling a journey Denise LeMire never thought she'd see the end of.
My mantra was have faith, expect miracles.
But to know just how far she's come, you have to know where she's been.
This is my nurse, Julie.
Back to that day in 2012 when she bent down at work and winced in pain.
And one of my nurse colleagues said, I really think you should go to a doctor for that.
An ultrasound showed fluid in her abdomen. A series of tests would follow, along with rising concerns from her doctor.
And then he said, I think I need to send you to the Sparrow Cancer Center. I asked him if he thought it was cancer, and he didn't know. He just said, you need a hysterectomy.
In the fogginess of anesthesia, Denise says she heard the nurses talking about an implanted port.
I knew that a port meant chemotherapy, and I knew I had cancer.
Denise was diagnosed with late-stage ovarian cancer. Had she waited a month longer, doctors said the cancer would have been too far along to cure.
I couldn't believe it. How could this happen? Why me? What now? What next?
What was next was 6 months of chemotherapy, 6 rounds, 18 treatments, and in the midst of it all, another diagnosis.
My youngest daughter, Shelby, had metastatic malignant melanoma, very late stage.
She was just 16 years old. An abnormal mole spotted while dyeing her hair. The cancer had spread to her lymphatic system and required a radical neck dissection and the removal of 53 lymph nodes.
For a mother and daughter to go through that, it is incomprehensible.
Shelby hanging on to hope in Ann Arbor while her mother fought for her life in Lansing, both using FaceTime to get them through.
We have a bond, I'm sure, like no other that I know of.
In a cruel twist of fate, both of their cancers would disappear and then return. Shelby's in the form of a neck tumor, Denise's as peritoneal mesothelioma.
It is a very rare type of cancer, but it is the asbestos cancer.
Shelby's treatment would take her to Houston, Denise's to Detroit, but their bond and their faith remained strong.
He treated me successfully, and they saved her life. I am so relieved and so happy and feel so blessed.
As oncologists, you live for cases like this. You live for moments like this. Cases like Denise don't come often, and that's, something that lifts spirit, particularly mine.
And he's not the only one.
My husband, Steve, and I.
You can see it in the smiles.
So this is my sister, Diane.
On all these faces.
These are all of my nurse friends.
In all these pictures.
My husband, Steve.
Leading up to the day when she could proudly say,
I am a 2-time cancer survivor.
Denise's cancer treatments and surgeries have made it impossible for her to return to work as a pediatric nurse. And while she's sad to leave that career path behind, she has dedicated herself to helping patients in a different way. She's launched a Facebook page where she reaches out to cancer patients across the world, sharing tips and resources to help them along their cancer journey. She says she'll do whatever it takes to help others.